I'm Sarah Kuhn. I write a blog called INFJ Woman, and I host a podcast called The Quiet Ones. I'm on a mission to help you become the best version of yourself, to be wholly and unapologetically you, to be you. Every week on my Instagram stories, I take questions about INFJs or self-acceptance, self-love, anything that you want to ask me a question about. In this video, you're going to see a collection of random questions that are the best ones from this week. If you have a question that you'd like to ask me, you can submit it through the comments below this video, and I will answer it in a future video and link the video back to you so that you can see it. A lot of people ask me, how do you really know if you're an INFJ? And I have this video that I did, so you can swipe up to watch the video. That will help you. I don't know that all INFJs are empaths, although a lot of us are. So, do I have COVID? Well, over the last 3 weeks, I've had 3 COVID tests and an antibody test, and they all came back negative. So the general consensus is no, but I don't know. I don't know that I really have a good process for writing. I just kind of sat down and started writing, and I made sure that I committed time to it every single week. And if you're really serious about it, you should probably commit time to doing it every single day. But you just have to write. Some books that I recommend to learn about your personality, well, I would start with mine. It is the INFJ User Guide. I also put together an essential reading list of a lot of places that I've learned good information, and you can swipe up to read that. That's a really difficult situation. I've actually been in that situation, and the only thing that you can do is move out. You have to separate yourself from them. While you're still living there, there's only so much that you can do. So the best thing that you can do is get completely away from them. I have a couple of ENFJ friends, and we get along pretty well. The only thing is you kind of have to explain to them what introverted means, even if they know. Sometimes when you're in the process of, hey, I need some space, you have to explain it again. The best thing that you can do is focus forward. Use those regrets to push you to do the next thing, and to make sure that the next thing that you do is actually what you want to do, and to not let fear hold you back. So just focus forward. That's the best thing you can do. INFJs and ESTPs. I worked with somebody who I'm pretty sure was an ESTP a few years ago. It didn't turn out very well. I think that he was narcissistic though too, so that could have been the problem, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a difference. Maybe I've never been a truly healthy INFJ. One of my sisters struggles with addiction, and I had to separate myself from her because she doesn't want help. So if the person that you want to help doesn't want help, there's nothing. How do I deal with past friendships? People that I'm not friends with anymore, I usually don't talk to or communicate with anymore. So I'm really not sure. I just tend to door slam them and just not worry about them. Focus forward. What do you do for compassion fatigue? You take time for yourself. You spend some time in self-care. You have to understand that you are just as important as the people that you're trying to take care of. You have to set boundaries on that too, so you don't keep getting into that position. If you want to learn more about the INFJ personality type, make sure that you sign up for my weekly email newsletter. There's a link for it in the video description. How to accept others as they are. Start with empathy. Try understanding as well. And recognize how hard it is for you to change yourself when you want to change something. And then try to put yourself in their position. The only way to be really sure of your personality type is to read the descriptions and then to just go with your gut, go with what you feel. The test will not come out the same every single time. It changes based on your feelings. So read the descriptions, go with. I do have a fear of being seen through my business, but for me it's been like a learning process of self-love and acceptance, and I really enjoy that. It's something that I really, really needed. Yeah, my niece is an INTP, and we get along really well. We do run into some issues when it comes to making decisions, because she's not very good at making decisions. But other than that, we get along pretty well. I don't think that you should be depressed, although I know what depression feels like because I've been there. And I'm telling you that the opposite of depression is not happiness, it's purpose. What you need to do is find your purpose. So look at where your pain comes from, your emotional pain. Being dumped is really difficult. It's happened to me a few times, and I know how difficult it is to get over. The best thing I can tell you is to focus on self-care and then focus forward. Think about the future rather than the past. Think about something good that you can do for somebody. I'm not really sure I understand your question. INFJs are usually pretty decisive, so if there is a problem with understanding or being confused about their decision, it's probably a matter of the heart, something that your gut's already telling you. I have learned how to protect myself. One of the best things that you can do is start with self-love and realize why you don't have enough self-love. I did a podcast interview with Ross Rosenberg where he explains it really, really well, so I suggest that you start there. Do you struggle to have a romantic relationship as an INFJ? I have, but most of mine have been more avoidance than actually trying, so my problem is just putting myself out there. I know lots of INFJs who have good relationships. There's nothing in your personality type or in your nature that is stopping you from loving yourself. That's something that you have to come to terms with yourself. Telling yourself that your personality won't let you love yourself, that's a crutch. I'm so glad that you enjoyed my video about Mel Robbins. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. It's on my YouTube channel. You can swipe up to watch it. There's one about Mel Robbins, there's one about Kathy Heller, and there's one about Donnie Wahlberg as well. The S stands for sensing, and people with sensing personalities tend to live in the moment and focus on the present. They tend to be practical. People with N personality types or intuitive personality types tend to focus on the future, and we like to dream really big. I really love what Mel Robbins says about motivation. She says you're never going to feel motivated. After you've gone through a burnout, you should definitely spend some time in self-care, but you just need to get back at it and start going again because you're never going to feel like it. So there's kind of two different things there. An INFJ is an MBTI personality type, and a highly sensitive person, that can be any personality type. A lot of INFJs are highly sensitive though. So you do see a lot of similarities. I'm working on leaning into veganism because I recently found out that I'm intolerant to milk products, and I've actually been vegetarian for my whole life. So it's really more for health reasons, honestly. How to get over all or nothing? You have to look at, has that worked for you in the past? Are you accomplishing the things that you want to do by going that direction? And just, if you're not, try doing something else. Try leaning into something little bit. I don't know exactly what you mean by that empathetic. I can feel the feelings of those around me, even people that I don't know. And sometimes it's extremely intense. It really just depends on the situation. So yes, I guess. I think INFPs are absolutely wonderful. And one of my good friends is married to an INFP, and she's an INFJ, and she thinks that he's absolutely wonderful too. So yes, they absolutely can be. How do we not get so emotionally attached to people that we don't know so well? I don't know. I struggle with the same thing. So if you find out an answer, I would love to know. Or if you have an answer, please send me a direct message. I would like to know. But yeah, I do the same thing. I don't really like being vulnerable either, but I've realized that that's how you can help people the most, is when you are as real and honest with them as you can be, and especially about the things that a lot of people don't want to talk about. That's where you can help the most. It really depends on the situation. I have an anxiety disorder, so I feel anxious and stressed a lot. But for me, I realize that it's usually new situations that I feel anxious and stressed over, so I usually just push through the first time, and the second time it's better. If you find yourself overthinking too much, then you need to stop thinking and take more action. That's the only way to get out of overthinking, is just to take action. Do something. Make some progress. Take action. Even if it's the wrong thing, just do something. Well, the first thing that you have to do is stop reading what other people write about how much you are capable of making. You can make as much money as you believe that you can make. So all you have to do is focus on what you believe and then start getting to work. Stop worrying. Start working. I don't know that it's a need as much as it is just like a natural instinct. It's kind of something that we just do. And we tend to attract a lot of friends who like that aspect of our personality as well. So yes. The biggest difference between INTJ and INFJ is how we make decisions. INFJs will go with our gut feeling, how we feel, what we want to do, whereas INTJs will focus more on reason, ration, and logic, what makes sense. You really have to think about, are those the kind of people that you want in your life? There are people out there who will reciprocate it. There are people out there who will care about you and who want to love you. Do you really want to spend your time around people who don't? The difference between INFJ A and INFJ T and the other INFJ, I didn't know there were 3 types. I only know the A and the T. The A is assertive and the T is turbulent, and I wrote a blog post about it. You can swipe up to read it. Yes, I think you should absolutely become an entrepreneur. In fact, I'm doing a free 5-day challenge on how to start a blog if that's what you're interested in doing. You can swipe up to find out more information about it, and it's free, so come join. I don't particularly like online meetings either. I try really hard to schedule all of mine in 1 day or 2 days. That way I can just psych myself up for those days and have all the rest of the days to recover. Self-care is really good. The difference between being introverted and extroverted is where you get your energy from. So introverts gain energy from being by ourselves, and extroverts gain energy by being around other people. It's just how you recharge, what makes you feel better. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you check out these other amazing videos that I have that are all about INFJs, INFJ traits, the INFJ personality, everything that you want to know about INFJs. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well so that you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching again, and we will see you again soon.